It's the American Qualifier Finals here. Digital Chaos going against Team NP. Going to be muscled back while up and above. Saksa going to try to eat his way back under the safety of his own tower, eating lots of right clicks. The Savage Roar tries to come out and save him, but it's not going to stop him from getting the right click forward. And it's going to be Rose who picks up the first blood here for NP, but now could find himself in a bit of trouble. Moon has rolled in, actually miscalculates the dunk, but it doesn't matter. He'll be able to get the spin.
Yeah, whenever you have a Medusa, that's sort of one of the issues with Medusa and putting her in the safe lane is that she really has zero kill potential on most offliners as Resolution goes down up top.
Set up with a Savage Roar from MSS. It's NP quickly swarming in as a four-man unit to get the job done, so it would have been more of a surprise if they couldn't get the kill. His team still hangs around him. Is nearby. Saksa spots out the bounty, grabs it. MSS so angry about it, just roars in his face. But they quickly swarm in. It looks like we happen to come across a Haystroon here. Steps into the cold snap and starts poking at him a bit. Looking to save out the last hit made for Resolution. Nah, it's going to be a tornado. That will win the last Medusa meta. I know it was before even 7.0 was in town. Oh, might have to hold that thought. What's happening up here? Charge in for Moon. This man's trying to finish out his Blink Dagger. He's actually so close. He gets denied, and another couple of hundred gold is going to have to be farmed up. But, ooh, look at this. It looks like they will get the tornado connection on SVG. And now he is frantically running for his life. A limp cow will get poked there.
Yeah. They don't get anything off of that, so now NP can be able to push out the other lanes. They move into bits. Moon actually jumping in. Rose maybe gonna go down.
He is down. Lots of spins there for him, but Owie wants vengeance. Can he get one more swipe for the finish? He needs another. SVG helps bash him in, but the tornado comes out from Weeha to look and lock him in place. SVG, another strike, finally gets it done. MSS has shown up, and he sets it down with a big rattle roar. Misery actually gets the arrow. Owie walks forward into it. A buyback will come out, and Moon wants to make the fight happen here. Owie charges forward, looking to go for Saksa. Finds himself dunked from the buyback of Moon, and DC just hunting on forward here to go for more. MSS tries to step back and behind the tree. Envy, though, dishes out the Stone Gaze. Moon has to call, get the armor. Is it going to be a dieback for Moon? It looks like it will be. He's going to get dropped. And now DC still content on fighting here, pushing towards under the tier 1 of NP's side, leaping back in. They're going to get the finish on Misery with a tornado and a starfall. Now they look to go on for Rose. He gets the grave off, but the cold snaps lock him in place. Can he hide within the trees? Doesn't look like it. Tries to heal through it. A root on Envy now. DC chomp forward, and they're going to get that one too. It's DC with it's Misery with the double. I don't know if we get into a base race kind of a situation. Both these teams have a serious amount of ammunition. I mean, look at one side, you got the Alacrity Bear. These Maelstroms are running away on their farm. On the other side, you have MP, Deso, Ursa. You got, Beastmaster, Aura. Both these teams can push base real fast here. And it does look like it's going to prompt DC to kind of step back to this top lane. MP will see this. They step back a bit. And they reevaluate the situation a bit further.
Yeah, I think they're quite happy with how the game is going right now, or at least content with it. They're getting farm on all their heroes. And they know as the game goes later and later, NPs, of course, are going to have a hard time sticking on to particular heroes and actually getting their damage in.
Jump call there to grab Envy and draw him back into the base as Moon will slide away from it. He spits out the Stone Gaze. And with the Global Silence on top of it, they look to step back out. Total space creation from both fronts. Now they're jumping from Owie. Look to go right for Misery. He pulls out the Moonlight Shadow. Is he going to get knocked down? The charge comes forward from SVG to continue to lock him in place. They'll get him down, plus Weeha, who's going to be forced to buy back. The follow-up charge and hit onto Moon will take him out too. He has no buyback for this fight. MP take a good hard shot and then try to step back out with inside. Step back out from inside. SVG not going to be so fortunate. He will be taken down. Just what they asked for.
Yeah, he was just a couple waves off of level 20, so has that full respawn timer not decreased by the 40 seconds.
Oh, goodness. Hit by an arrow and locked down. MSS tries to step in to help out, setting up the roar, but that will cost them their ages, too. Buybacks begin to trickle in. DC looking to defend and hold. Envy still holds on to the ulti here. Tries to get between all of them, but that's when the global will come out. The tier 3 is going to get dropped. Can they burst through Envy in time here? The call, the follow-up's there. They Yule's up Moon. He's going to look to pop off the ultimate now as soon as the silence is taken away, but he is just constantly disabled. He will lose his mana and not be able to get it off. He's trying to slither out. They'll hit him with the grave. He manages to survive, but will be forced to ultimately be dropped. DC get the upper hand and will be able to take him down. They have held their base. No smoke in hand. Could head up through where was the old secret shop. Ooh, an arrow connects onto an Invis MSS. Tries to
He was
go,
stunned,
jump
so he
in.
didn't hit to break his invis.
Go for the call. He steps back, gets off his own roar. That's when the global comes out, and they run on forward here from NP, looking to mow right through him. They'll get the Weehaw takedown. He's out without a buyback because of the commitment to buy those items. Saksa also going to be taken out here. Oh, a hard hit here for DC. Can NP capitalize on this window and make a lot out of it? Arrow will be sidestepped. Now he runs in, slashes, forces out a fortification here. Still 30 seconds for Weehaw. Envy inside the base. Manning up on the Misery. Now pops out the ulti. Misery obviously going to be forced to step back and away. They're not going to get the finish for either. It's zoning him off. Howie looking to go back in for the racks. There's going to be the lead in, the Yules. He tries to force himself back out. Now he'll use his own Yules on himself. Comes down and will get finished off. Tries his best to hold the order here in the bottom lane for as long as possible for Wee's return. But he loses his own life, and then they get the jump on Sucks and will take him out too. Double kill for Owie. This is going to be the bottom lane of Rax. Okay, Weehaw's back now. Arrow on Envy. Can DC punish? Misery gets jumped from behind. Is going to be forced to quickly leap away. EMP going to get dropped in the middle. Owie already has no mana to work with. He'll rush on back. Envy digging out the snake. And look at this, another roar. Jump in from MSS. It's going to be on the weak. Can they finish him off again? They can! He's going to be out one more time without a buyback. Misery gets finished off. He dishes out his buyback. MP, they've gotten so much here. They might just run, and it looks like they will. They call the game. It's over. MP have done it. They have done it with that fight, with that push. They know it's over. Oh.
NP go for the Terror Blade.
Moon will now have under the tower to work with, but this is going to be a pretty nice start for the Axe. Okay, here we go. Crush, Missile, looking to go for the weak Lesh. They'll get it done. Misery going to be picking up the first blood, then drops down the net. A follow-up support takedown, a double kill for Misery. Owie. He's moving in. He wants a Metamorphosis kill. He's not going to be able to get it. Misery hides within the trees, pops his salve, and makes it out. Swing and a miss on the stun from Rose. Lesh and Bane now smoke and roll towards this mid lane. A potential setup on for Weak. Can they leap the sleep? Yes, they will. Then, oh, they did take it off right there with the Forge creep. Not going to be enough, though. Get to the side of Moon here. Moon has that level 6. He has that roar. He's looking to land it. Boom! Yells right at MSS. There's a Sunstrike. Should be more than enough to be able to get the job done, but MSS gets the call off, almost gets a few extra spins, the dunk, gets the kill on Moon, and this man's walking away into the Moonlight Shadow. Woo-hoo! Barely avoids the Hadouken there. Getting slept and set up there from SVG. MSS is back. He actually spots out Misery, it looks like, here, hiding within the trees. A new Sunstrike, also going to miss the mark. Just behind the Bane. They make the approach for Misery. They hit him with the Starfall, and that's going to be plenty. Nothing will really end up coming of it. Arrow, whoa! Connection from Envy onto Moon by the tower means that MSS can walk in, get the call, get the dunk. Nice shot there. 2 towers back-to-back in that top lane. Mid lane tier 1 was denied by Envy, but they still get a little bit extra money. Bottom lane, MSS jumps in for Resolution. Eats the stun there, gets a couple of spins. They're running for Resolution, and he is just so far and away. Without that tier 2 standing, it feels like nobody can become close.
They're still, oh, there he goes, pinging the
Light
shrine.
of heaven, are you for real? Every game. Top lane, jumping from MSS. The call is out for Weehaw. He's like the remaining X Factor for this team. He goes for the Ghost Walk TP, but MSS is a Spin Lord! He's a freaking Spin Lord, man! Oh, man, they slowly smoke and creep in. They're going to be able to get the jump blink. Asleep is there, though. The follow-up crush. A meatball above. Goes for the Sunder and gets it under Resolution. That will lead to the quick dunk and finish. And a good hot start for MP. Hit up with a nice tornado set, though. Misery waits, backs, looks to send Saksa back home. Should be able to do so and will. But now he's waiting, snoozing, and now dead.
So they don't give up too many picks, and yeah, they want to avoid something like this where Owie gets swapped in as Saksa.
He gets swapped. Saksa, though, tried to go for a nice little jump on the MSS to take him out of the fight, but nearby was SVG, puts him to sleep, and it's going to be MP rolling forward with this fight. 2 already going down. The Misery creeps trying to make it back inside, still eating a lot of harassment here. Keep this alive and push it to a game 3, but here he comes, the mighty Metamorphed. Terrorblade begins to go to work. Saksa will step in trying to slow it down with a bit of a crush, but the siege is on. This tier 3 is going to get dropped. And now the work goes on to the racks here. MP going to be doing the first significant base damage. Another follow-up stun. This time Saksa will get hit with the Yules. The follow-up stun's there. He does get scooted. Envy jumps in, hits him with a Starstorm. Roar's going to be coming out. It's going to get connection onto SVG. Looking to go for the burst. Crimson card. Going to get popped out from MSS. Just a Lesh support who does have a buyback. But DC are looking to force it out. They're looking to just pretty much do what MP did to them in the previous game. It's time to go in on the mid lane. MP just throws himself into the army, drops down the Starstorm, does some significant work, and leaps back out. MSS will go in there next, finds Resolution, just slashes right through him and dunks him down and home. Resolution's going to be out of this one. Buyback, but DC now crippled in a bit of the damage department. Weehaw, though, looking to unleash on for Owie. Lincoln's going to be popped.
A really nice attempt from DC. It's, you know, one of the few things they could do to stall this game out longer is try and steal that Roshan and delay NP is impending high ground push, but it doesn't work out. Sniff it out, and they stop from happening because they're going to catch Wee now as well, so.
They pop the Moonlight Shadow, and they blink right in. They spot out Misery. He's gone. He does have a buyback. Trying to continue to keep the pressure off on some of these lanes, but Soxa jumps in. They are able to pop out the Lincolns with the amp, but as the roar comes out from Moon, a wild MSS Axa shows up in all of his golden glory and just starts spinning his way violently right through Moon. And they're going to be looking for Soxa too here. He's able to get forced back, tries to hide within the trees, looks to go for a TP, but no, sir, you will also get dunked on. This is not set to stand. They're working in for another Rax here onto DC. And DC need to find a way to line up a shot or any sort of defense, and it doesn't look like they can. These racks are gone, just like that. MP are on the verge of finally taking a qualifier over DC and securing a trip here to China and to compete at the DAC LAN.
Coming into a series that we thought was slightly DC favor, but like you said, NP in a really good position right now is Resolution almost going down.
Has to go back, has to tag the Shrine here, but they are going to be able to get it done. Good game calls out. MP have done it in a 2-0 of a best-of-3 final. Have bested Digital Chaos. NP, man, they did their run. They started out going against Digital Chaos, dropping that series 0-2, and then they had to fight their way back.